Hello there, lovely people. Good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Let me do a list for you for the nighttime. Nighttime basically fragrance could be a little bit different than your typical daytime. I'm not putting this as summer or winter specific. Anytime, any part of the year, at nighttime, these are some awesome fragrances. I think I have 13 fragrances that I put together, and I have reviewed them all. I have full on review on each, so I'll speak very briefly on each one of them. And then these are just my suggestion. There are many more fragrances for nighttime which are great, but these fragrances are my personal favorites. You get the idea, right? So I have one honorable mention which is very hard to find nowadays, but I wish it was still in their lineup, and this is the best flanker from this line. One of them anyway. I like the intense version, but I also love this one. This is the Cool Water Night Dive version for men. These are very expensive at this moment, very rare in Bangladesh. Once in a blue moon you can find these. This is basically a bit more sweet, so, and the name Night Dive basically gives you that, evokes the feeling like bit dark, bit fresh. So this is a cool water for nighttime. Definitely check it out. Check out my review on this one. This is a brilliant fragrance. If you can find it somewhere, definitely collect it. This is definitely one of the best fragrances from this house of Davidoff. So let's hit the list. I have a couple of other reviews coming up as well. I'll try to upload these side by side. So number 13, I think, yeah, let me give a full on count because I may, sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, we do have 13, right? So I would like to start with the fragrance which I had long back, and I actually had the whole line, Azzaro's fragrances. They have quite a few fragrances under this bottle, and this whole line is discontinued but can be had for reasonably good price, under $35 in Bangladesh. $35, $30 depending on where you buy it from. So I used to have nighttime, Azurapuram nighttime, but I don't have that today. I may get it later, but this one I have. I'm going to show you. This is Azurapuram Elixir. Okay, so Elixir basically is the red bottle, and these are the fragrances. Most of the fragrances I'll show you uncommon ones. Couple of them are like known ones, but mostly I like to show the ones they do not get the love, right? So Azurapuram Elixir is a very sweet fragrance, a little bit of some people call this like a vampire juice. I think the nighttime also has the same vibe, but this is very kind of like a pimento, kind of like a spicy, sweet, and basically it's a sweet perfume clubbing fragrance, but it has this kind of unique vibe to it, So I really like it. It's kind of on the synthetic side, but very good fragrance, very good longevity as well. So if you wear this for nighttime, this smells amazing. So it's on the budget. Definitely check it out. Azurapuram Elixir. Okay. So next fragrance. I hear some sound. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, maybe it's the AC. Right. So number 12, I'm going to show you a fragrance which nobody talks about. I reviewed it. I really like it. It's growing on me. I used quite a bit of it because you can go heavy on this. It's a oud fragrance, but it's not choking. It's not also like something that will, disturb your nostrils or something, but it's a very nice wearable oud. This is Aigner No.1 Oud, okay, and the name is really nice. It's like number one. So basically they are trying to emphasize on how good this fragrance. They are very proud of it. Even it has a leather wrapping on the neck. So this is basically a saffron, rose, oud, leather sort of combo, but not as much potency as some of the Middle Eastern fragrances. But if you're a little bit of mature man going to hit the bar late night, you can wear this. It's kind of like giving you the vibes of, you can say, Middle Eastern meets West, right? Very nice fragrance, and I would highly recommend this for your nighttime wearing. Just go heavy on the spray. It will last you decent 4 to 5 hours. Okay, Aigner No.1 Oud. Okay, so that's number 12. Let me take a break. Let me see what the sound is. Yeah, I stood sort of corrected. The AC started leaking. I need to do some servicing on it. I think it's the the drainage system that kind of like blocked or something. Yeah, I will do. I know I'm a handyman. I can do all the work. So I will fix that AC after a review. Okay. So last one was Aigner No.1 Oud. Next, let me show you a favorite fragrance of mine. Very gem of a kind, hidden gem kind of a fragrance. Very affordable, inexpensive, same thing. But people don't talk about it that much, but I find it very awesome. It's very long lasting, especially if you can find the older version. I'll show you what this is. This is House of Davidoff. One Davidoff didn't make the list. This one did. Hot Water by Davidoff. So basically, let me show you. If you open the bottle from the box, you'll see the sides are dark. Okay, there's one more flanker to this. I forgot the name. Hot Water something, but Spirit or something. I forgot the name. But this one, it's very nice. Vanilla, kind of like warm, spicy. Some point, very sweet fragrance, very sweet. It also is similar to the Azzaro's Elixir in a way, but more close to Xerius Rouge by Givenchy, but for half the price tag. One of my favorite fragrances, you get 118 ml juice or something like it. Yes, 110 ml, sorry. This is an excellent night out fragrance and it smells very expensive. Check it out, Davidoff Hot Water. Okay, next one I'm going to show you, which has a night name attached to it, and I really feel like that deserves to be in this list. It's not my top favorite to say the list. I like the other flankers more, but this one, it's called Azzaro's, I think, wait, the name always forget. Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Yeah, this is the name. It's just the bottle I have, but the name is not there. This fragrance, it's a very long lasting perfume, to be honest. It's kind of sweet side. It has a kind of like a sexy, playful, night out, naughty vibe. You know, it's like a CH Man Privé sort of vibe. What CH Man Privé is in CH Man line, this is what is Azzaro's Wanted line. Okay, so I like the Most Wanted a lot, but this is also good for night out. Definitely check out Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Okay, that's the next one. After that, this theme you're gonna see kind of like a night match one, and next one is gonna be House of Hugo Boss, and I love this fragrance. Whole line is beautiful, but my favorite is Private Accord. Second closest, this one. This is called Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. Okay, this one is sadly discontinued. I got to know about it from Fragrantica One member wrote, but still can be had and discounted size for reasonably good price. This has that maninka, ginger, that typical mix, but it's kind of like a sweet as well. Okay, it's very sweet, very sexy, playful, date night, ideal fragrance. Okay, very long lasting. Okay, so go like around your shoulder and neck, both arm, on the shirt, heavy. It will last at least 6-7 hours. Okay, so night out fragrance, great fragrance, Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. After that, we're going about warm, vanilla, you know, this kind of nature. So I thought, why not include this? Also my favorite. This fragrance gets no love nowadays. Nobody talks about it. But this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. One of the most unique looking bottles. One of the most beautiful smelling and very long lasting, boozy vanilla. Okay. This is Givenchy Spy. This is a masterpiece. Mark my word, if you really forget, if you really like what I do, if you trust my work, this is a fragrance you should definitely run and buy before they discontinue this gem. Amazing. There's nothing like this in the game. So far in my collection, there's nothing like it. This is my backup bottle though, the tester version. This is a very high class juice, and this is basically Givenchy's, I think, crown jewel. I would dare say that. Givenchy Spy. You can wear it all year round, daytime, nighttime, but it smells so gorgeous. Okay, so this is Givenchy Spy. So we are halfway down. Let me show you the next one. This fragrance is literally what got me into like really interesting clubbing fragrance. You know, like this is one of the first ones, like alongside Versace Eros, which is a great night out fragrance. Also Sique Reveal, Ultra Male. These are great, but this remains my favorite for some reason. I always come back to this. Is Pakora 1 million, the original one. I have a massive 200 ml, but I have a little bit juice left. I will show you, it's here, this juice level, and I will get a backup 200 ml. What I like about this fragrance, hold on. Yeah, really sorry for rude interruptions, but at late night at around 11 o'clock, someone was ringing the bell. So it turns out it's our building manager. So yeah, he came to pass some important documents supposedly. So we are back to the list. So yeah, I was talking about 1 million. This fragrance, I actually have like half of my life was spent in Malaysia, 97 to 2016, almost 19 years, and 19 years actually, almost 20 years. And this fragrance I smelled on a lot of people. You know, everybody used it in clubbing days, back in the days. And there's something charm about it, like grapefruit, blood orange, sweetness, this leather, amber, kind of like a golden vibe. And this fragrance is so intoxicating, you know, even though it gets common, right? But nighttime, I cannot imagine, like back in our youthful days, you know, when we were young and we'd go like hit the club and stuff, have fun with our friends. You know, like you smell the nightlife. This is nightlife in a bottle for me. It holds a lot of sentiments. So I talked a bit more. It's Pakora 1 million, definitely one of the best night out fragrances. So next one, I want to talk about a fragrance that I love nowadays. I gave it 10 out of 10, I think, every way. This is one of the most creative fragrances in my recent journey. I got it in last winter and I absolutely love it. People compare it with Gucci Guilty Absolute, but I don't find that much similarity. This one has leather. It's a leather boozy fragrance. It's sweet, dark at the same time. This is Philipp Plein, No Limits. Okay, just absolutely love their bottle presentation. Their ads are crazy. People told me, I watched it, it's amazing. And this fragrance is a little bit expensive here, but worth the money. This one is kind of like that leather jacket dude, you know, like with a biker, you know, it's with a bike, nice bike, bad boy sort of vibe. If you like Karen Herrera, CH Man Privé, fragrances like those, this is same concept, but it's a bit more serious, but really well done, you know. Let me wear it here. This fragrance basically, you know, I wouldn't say I have something that I have that's similar to this, but yeah, Gucci Guilty Absolute could be around that area, but it's a very intoxicating fragrance and so one of a kind. Okay, that's why I included in the list. Philipp Plein, No Limits. Okay, amazing fragrance, 10 out of 10 out of 10. So I have top 5 coming up. Top 5 are all my favorites, and these are heavy hitters. All of them are very beastly and very long lasting, just like the previous ones, but even more. Okay, so number 5, let me show you a fragrance. It's called Haramain Arabian. Sorry, I always make a mistake. Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. Okay, simply speaking, this is an alternative to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, which is a great fragrance on its own, but super expensive. If you can find this as discounted under $100, I think this is 65 ml or something, or 60 ml. I don't know, the bottle said they don't mention here, but this basically you need just one spray. Super beast mode. This one beats Tobacco Vanille's current formulation by far, and it has its own thing that they add. It's a bit more sweet, more playful over Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille is kind of more smoky. This one is more ambery, chocolatey. Definitely I would put this on nighttime. Even it's like, think of, because it's like tobacco, you can think of fragrance like Pure Havane, you know, 1820 watt sweet tobacco spirit. Even my favorite, there are some other fragrances which is based on tobacco. One of the best fragrance I own till date. Okay, this is Amber Oud Tobacco Edition by Al Haramain. Okay, number 4 is a fragrance I ranked it very high up today. This fragrance didn't work for me. I did not like it that much. I passed on it. I did not buy the bottle. And I really love one fragrance the most from this line, which is By the Fireplace. Okay, and I did start the list without this perfume. I think without this fragrance, yes. And then I thought of including it. You understand the conceptually, this fragrance is so nice. It's not the most unique fragrance out there, but when you wear it in the right occasion, nighttime, let's say a jazz club or bar, this is the fragrance to wear. Okay, this is Jazz Club by Replica Maison Martin Margiela. Look at the juice color. It's sweet, it's easy to love, and basically, you know, like, it's very playful, it's very sweet. It's kind of like has that tonka coconutty vibe, and it's kind of warm, you know. So when you wear it, check out my review on this one. I just like this a lot. I think nighttime this is gonna go with the theme. Okay, Jazz Club by Maison Martin Margiela Replica. Top 3 coming up. What are the top 3 in this list? Must be special, right? Next one is a women's perfume, and this one fragrance I was always in love with it. I love some women's fragrances, but this one hands down one of my most favorites. Okay, this is Black Opium by YSL. If I write Black Opium on Facebook, they find it offensive because they think it's a drug. A lot of BS going on in social media nowadays. Everything has to be politically correct. It's a fragrance, for God's sake. They made it, right? And if you put this name, I mean, and they find like, oh, you cannot write tobacco, you cannot write booze. It's ridiculous. But coming back to this one, literally, it's a fragrance. I would say if you like Tom Ford unisex style perfumes, YSL is one of the best creation. If you like sweet fragrances, there's coffee in this, there's sweetness, kind of like gourmand vibe, very potent. I have an older batch, I think, but newer version also is good. But Black Opium has a lot of variants. Black Opium, I think this is EDP version as far as I remember. So if you get this for nighttime, if you wear it with a lot of confidence, people would ask you, are you wearing women's perfume? You can wear Flower Bomb as well. Amazing fragrance, Viktor and Rolf. But this one I would highly recommend. Black Opium by YSL. This is number 3. Number 2 and number 1, 2 niche fragrances, and these are extremely potent, but that's not the way I designed this list. If that's the list, if that was the way it's supposed to be, meant to be, this one would be number 1, but this is number 2 because I like number 1 for the smell. Number 2 is fragrance. It's just so appropriate for nighttime. This is Frederic Malle Promise. Okay, extremely potent juice. You know, I will not tell you this is my most favorite from the house. Okay, I got this for one thing is the performance. One thing is performance is just ridiculous. You can smell it next day. If you take a shower, you can still smell it. It got this typical oud, you know, you can see the Middle Eastern vibe, but it also has spicy apple, which I enjoyed a lot. And one of my friend Aditya Bhai, he said the opening is kind of challenging. It has a saffron and all those spices, but once it settles down, the dry down, it gets sexier as time progresses. Each hour it gets sexier. It's so good. Okay, just like Frederic Malle's quality, this one has no compromise. I love this. Number 2 is Promise by Frederic Malle. Number 1, what is number 1? I never have shown this in any of my list yet, because I was thinking what list this one would go and fit. And I do love the original a lot, but this one is more wearable and I think bit more friendly than the original. The original one is not friendly at all. I like that. That is the Blue Beast, but today we have the sibling of Blue Beast, which is Interlude Man Black Iris. Okay, this is a stunner. This is stunner. It is one, again, dream come true fragrance for me. This fragrance is so special. Okay, Interlude Man in general is very special. Got the oregano, got that oud, leather, smoke, so many things going on. Sweet, spicy, scary. This one has kind of like openings, kind of smoother iris, and even the overall fragrance is just a bit more smoother over Interlude. Interlude lasts longer for me, but this one's still a beast. Lasts long, maybe not as much as promised, but really nice fragrance. Okay, nighttime, if you're suited up, you know, if you're going out with your friends and everything, if you're just wearing a tuxedo or even just a jacket without any with a t-shirt on or something like it, this fragrance will be really, really good. It's very executive, very high class, very expensive, but look for a deal. This is a fragrance worthy of owning. Amouage Interlude Black Iris. Someday I'll own the 53. I think that one has the 53% of oil consumption or something of Interlude, but that's very expensive. Thank you very much for watching. Time to move on to the next couple of videos, which are individual reviews. Take care, have a good night, and see you soon. Bye bye.